Okay, today is Sunday, June 17th, 2018. This is Ed Taylor Jr. I'm here with my son Simon Taylor. We're making a YouTube video of the Lower McLaughlin Cemetery for the Cumberland Historic Cemetery Organization. This is the only private toll-owned toll bridge in the state of Maryland. We're in Maryland, crossing the Potomac River, going into the state of West Virginia. The cemetery we're going to visit is an American Revolutionary War cemetery, and it was adopted and restored by the Cumberland Historic Cemetery Organization in 1995. In November of that year, after we restored the site, we placed a 1-ton granite monument in honor of American Revolutionary War soldier Daniel McLaughlin. And we'll be visiting that site very shortly. It's about a 2-mile drive across the bridge to the cemetery along Arnold Stickley Road in Hampshire County, West Virginia. Just crossed the Potomac River from Maryland into West Virginia. I'm here with my son Simon, who's making this video, and two of our members, Jim Klipstein Sr. and his friend Harold Nickel. And we're going to do a little tour and visit here of our Lower McLaughlin Cemetery. This site was restored by the organization during the summer of 1995. It was nothing really but a patch of weeds. There's about a dozen burials in here, 2 generations prior to the American Revolution. The only monuments that are in here that are legible are a granite monument and a military marble monument. The rest of them are just rocks for field headstones of the many or several generations of McLaughlins buried here. Okay, this is the military headstone that we installed in '95 for Revolutionary War soldier Daniel McLaughlin. There was no really official headstone for him prior to when we adopted this site. As you can see throughout this small size cemetery, the rocks for field stones dotted throughout here. Daniel's parents are buried here, so that's a generation prior to the Great American Revolution. We do not know which of these field stones are their actual headstones. Just up here, on All Souls Day, November 2nd of that year, we had a rather nice ceremony where we installed this 1-ton dark gray granite monument, which tells of the history of the site, and I'll read it. Lower McLaughlin Cemetery, may God have mercy on all souls. Adopted by the Cumberland Historic Cemetery Organization, April 22nd, 1995. Buried here are Daniel McLaughlin II, February 1755 to January 1830, and his parents Daniel and Rachel, along with his wife Mary Key, whom he married in 1773. The exact location and number of graves are unknown. The CHCO re-erected field stones in 1995. This cemetery is the oldest of the 2 sites where descendants of Daniel are buried. The Upper McLaughlin Cemetery is located at the top of the hill. That's just across the road here to the right of this site. The McLaughlin farm encompassed this area. Daniel's children were William Berryman, Mary Elizabeth Anner, and Daniel. That would be Daniel Jr. Daniel was a private in Company 12, Virginia Regiment, Revolutionary War. Served 3 years, then was transferred to Company, the 4th Company and 8th Record Show. Daniel was present at the surrender of Cornwallis on April 19th, 1781. And it states here, as all of our designated protected monuments state, it has that engraved in the base, along with our corporate seal. Okay, this is the back of the monument here, and it has our corporate seal and our 1995 Board of Directors at the time, and a prayer to St. Anthony Abbot, who is the patron of cemeteries. The large flagpole here, we fly year-round the U.S. flag and the Gadsden flag. The Gadsden flag is the American Revolutionary War flag named after Colonel Christopher Gadsden of South Carolina. That was his message to the British that were invading our country at the time, not to tread on us. And we have that flying at all of our American Revolutionary War grave sites. And one other thing, our late member Bill McLaughlin, who was alive at the time we adopted this site, he is a descendant of Daniel. He built this rail metal fence that surrounds the cemetery, which shows the perimeters. And as I said, prior to when we adopted this area was just a patch of weeds for many, many decades until we restored it. So this is a site we're very, very proud of. And it's a very important to American history, especially to the founders of our country and the fighters of the Great American Revolution.